Hey guys, do you have issues with your anger? When you walk into the room, do people tense up? If you've got an anger problem, man, listen to the next couple minutes of this episode. I think this is really going to help you out. I'm filming this here from beautiful South Africa, where I am finishing up a phenomenal experience with a safari. Guys, if you're listening to this on your phone, I highly encourage you head on over to YouTube and check out the beautiful scenery here. Man, we're having a great time. But I want to dive in to one of the chapters in my newest book called Dialed In, Reaching Your Full Capacity as a Man of God. And this chapter is called The Calm Man. Keep calm and carry on. And in this chapter, I tell a funny story of a Sunday school teacher who walked into a classroom, and as he walked in, he saw a little 5-year-old boy, and the boy was sitting with Friday guys, staring across the room. And when my friend, my children's pastor friend, looked across the room, he saw another boy over in the corner staring at this kid angrily, with flipping him off with a middle finger. My pastor friend looked at the angry young man with the finger flying and said, "Do you know what you're doing, young man?" And he said, "Yes." He goes, "Do you know what that means?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "What does that mean?" And the little guy said, "It means you're driving too slow." Hey, where did he learn that? He learned that from a dad who flares up in anger. In this chapter, we talk about what anger is, and we're not talking about this erupting type of anger. We're talking about an anger that boils underneath the surface and that is always constant. And here's an example. Several years ago, I got into a situation where somebody angered me very deeply. The anger turned to bitterness. The bitterness turned to resentment. And I went through this process of unforgiveness. I firmly believe that it created back issues in my life that actually led me to back surgery until I finally forgave this individual. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about this deep-seated anger. And so my question to you, is there somebody who has hurt you? Is there somebody who you're holding resentment against? Is there somebody who you, if you're honest, have failed to forgive? And it's creating a deep-seated anger within your soul. You know, Jesus said in Luke chapter 6, pray for your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. Again, in Matthew chapter 5, he said, if you do not forgive those when they sin against you, I will not forgive you. That's a heavy statement because it builds in this deep-seated anger. If you want to know more about how to be a calm man and overcome unforgiveness and anger, check out my book, Dialed In, Reaching Your Full Capacity as a Man of God. Until next time, feel the wet sand on the arena floor. Hear the deafening roar of the crowd. Taste the sweetness of victory. Smell the stench of battle. Get in the game. Get dirty. Grind it out. Be forgiving. And be a man.
You know, we often forget, guys, that God has called us to steward the bodies He gave us. That's why we're so excited to partner with Mountain Tough Fitness Lab. Join me on my journey by going to mountaintough.com and getting your free 6-week trial when you type in the code ARENA30. Stay dangerous.